Hi guys, morning. I'm not awake yet. Let's just get this camera right. Are we there? We're there. So who we got on? We got the Becks, early for once. We have Lorna, we have Teresa and Diana. Morning, Diana, not at work today then. And we have, right. So someone messaged me last night saying, why don't you start a group on your messenger so that I'm not, because obviously I'm trying to remind a lot of people to come live and I'm forgetting people. So I've started a group. But then I thought, we can actually chat. We can actually chat on this group. How many of you are here? I'm just going to write to you guys. I thought, well, we can chat on this group and then I can add people to it. I think you can add to it. Let's have a look. Can we add someone? It's a bit complex for me. Let's have a look. Add. Yeah, you can add. It's got an add button there. And it just makes life a bit easier. So here's from Sue. Morning, everyone. I'm at Daughters for a few days. I'm hoping not to miss lives. Love how your group is evolving and that we discuss quite deep topics. I think we have the best Elvis channel by far. Yes, Sue. Yes. I think we had. I need to face this a bit like it's facing me, even if it's wrong. I think we had quite an interesting couple of lives yesterday. What I want to do is finish off the Scientology one and finish off the Graceland one. I did want to just go over what we discovered yesterday. I thought both were really interesting. I really enjoyed the Scientology one that was about, obviously, Lisa Marie. And I really enjoyed the Graceland one. Now, the Graceland one, for me, realizing that Graceland was sold, was leased, all the way back then, I think 2005. I could be wrong on my exact year. So when Bill Silliman, his, billionaire company, acquired, I think, Elvis Presley Enterprises, I don't think the public knew that they were also getting the lease of Graceland. The lease. I think it's a one-off payment lease. So I think, all right, Pat, I'll put you on the list. Pat, let's add you. Let's go to add. Pat. Add. Pat. Let's see if it works. So, Pat, I'm trying to create a list. Let's have a look. Pat, on the list, what name are you under? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let me just read. So obviously I'm still trying to see group members. Okay. And then I can add. Pat, just tell me, what name are you under on my messenger? Or are you on my messenger? Sorry, I want to get this list right because I want to make sure all of you get notified. I don't think you're on my messenger. Are you or not? Patty Ann, right. Are you on my messenger? On my Facebook messenger? Ah, yes. Haha. Right, I've just added you, Pat. So let's go back. Pat, I'm going to say hello to you. Tell me if you get it. Right, Pat, I've just sent it you. Anyone else on here? Nice how many people loved Elvis and you all got a voice. Hello, Sylvia. That's a new name. Sylvia, are you new? Pat, it might just take a couple of seconds to come through to you because I've definitely sent it. So Rose has just said good morning. You're definitely on it. You added Patty Ann to the group, it says. So it might. Rose, are you there? Are you? I'll just say to Rose, we're live. Let's have a look. Sylvia from Australia. Hi, Sylvia. How long have you been an Elvis fan for? Nice. How many people have? Morning to Australia. Is it in the middle of the night in Australia? Is it like 4 in the morning? What time is it where you are, Sylvia? Good. Now, anybody that is not getting it, right, Elaine, just had a run-in with a woman on Facebook questioning the channel and its authenticity. Be careful. These are people who are not here to defend Elvis. So what are they question? Hi, Elaine. Welcome back. Elaine's been to London. I'll just make sure Elaine's on this as well. Elaine, we've created a group on the Messenger so that I can inform all of you. So I'm going to try and add you. Elaine, you might already be on it. Elaine, did you get a message that we were going live? 6 all my long life, 6 p.m. Yep, Sylvia, we've all been fans for so long. So let me see if I can add Elaine. Right, themes. Okay. Well, I've just added C group members, then it allows me to add. I just make sure Elaine's on it. So Elaine, did you have a good time, Elaine? Right, I've just added you, Elaine. Add. So I'm going to send you a hello. This is all very technical. Hello, Elaine. It might take a few seconds. All right, okay. So you added. So she's saying we best have our facts right, and can we back them up, as we are committing defamation of character. That's interesting. So that's quite an interesting comment, because I would say a lot of what we say is opinions, because we don't really have a choice, because many of these things happened 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago. So unfortunately, we can dig out research, we can dig out interviews, we can find documents, we can even prove some things. But a lot of the things are hearsay, a lot of things are opinions. We are very allowed to have opinions. And this is why I keep saying to people, as long as we give our opinions in a respectful way, there's not much people can do. Yeah, we're allowed to have opinions. Even we have opinions that we have together as a group. That's fine. I told her we do intense research and there are historians in the group. Now, there are, yeah. Amy Collett was on our show yesterday, and her research just takes a new level. Yeah, this is someone who actually has proper access to proper documents. But my point is this: come on, you go on YouTube. There's millions of channels with giving opinions on millions of things. Now, that person probably thinks, Elaine, I'm guessing that person probably thinks that all of our channel defending Elvis Presley is aimed at Priscilla. It's not. Priscilla is a big topic, because in our opinion, there's been a lot of wrongdoing from Priscilla. So Priscilla is in our topic. She's always welcome to come in and defend herself. But my point is, we cover loads of topics. Like today, we're covering Graceland's, the Elvis's home, and Scientology. And like, for example, one of the topics that have come up recently is the Linda Thompson picture, where Linda Thompson has seen a picture that I think was taken in 1970. Shauna did a video of it, didn't she? But a few others have done videos on it. Melissa, I don't think Melissa's here, has been sending me information about that picture. And we found out that it was a mistake, wasn't it? It was a mistake. The picture was a mistake. Linda Thompson was not in that picture, and she got her facts wrong, and she's deleted it. Now, this is a different topic. So I've covered every topic you can think of. I have covered, whether it be the army years, or Colonel Tom Parker, or the different girlfriends that Elvis has had, or the Vegas years, the 68 comeback. We've covered, obviously, all the negative, horrible things that are said about Elvis. For example, that recent interview in Australia, I think, which was 9 months ago, that Suzanne Finstad was in. You know, we've covered this Destined to Die Young book. We've covered the Child Bride book. So if my point is, Elaine, if people think we are just here to cover the mistakes that Priscilla has made, they got our channel wrong. Our channel covers everything. We also do very light-hearted things. We also do things like the movie years. Yeah, and I'll play old footage archive, which I'm going to do a bit today. So our channel isn't defending Elvis against Priscilla. That's not what it is. So my guess, Elaine, is that she is a avid Priscilla fan, and she's very defensive. Because let's face it, nothing against Priscilla fans, but they are very defensive. And that is where she's coming across, you know, the comment that you put, defamation of character. We are not just, defending Elvis against Priscilla channel. We are defending Elvis, and then we have loads of topics, and we do a lot of light-hearted stuff just for fun. Just for fun. Let's just read your comments. Right, I've told her we do intense research, so everyone can say something wrong. It doesn't make people evil or haters. Vibex, it's just debating. But no, we do find things out. Vibex, I hope you're well this morning. We do find things out. This thing yesterday that we found out, Elaine, I don't think you saw this one, where it was discovered that Greystands had been sold. Now, we've always thought that Greystand is owned by Riley Q, which will, you know, the trust and the twins will get their inheritance. We've always thought that when Elvis Presley Enterprises was sold, well, you know, it's been sold twice from what I can see. Once to Bill Silliman, Bob Silliman. I get his name wrong, the billionaire. I think he went bust. And then again to Joel Weisshanker. Obviously, Jack Sodden is in the mix here. We've now found out through just messing around, really. I found out through reading things that have been sent to me by a few of you guys that the Greystands was leased. It was leased to Elvis Presley Enterprises. And yes, Elvis Presley Enterprises control Graceland. They control, Amy said they control the tour. So the tour was sold to Graceland. I bet you there's many, many other things as well. I bet you they also control like the museum, the grounds, and all of Elvis's belongings. So yes, ownership of Greystands was retained for Riley Q, obviously originally for Lisa Marie. But the truth is, yes, Riley Q owns it. Obviously, she still has 15% say in the Elvis Presley Enterprises, the setup. So she does have some say in everything. But Elvis Presley Enterprises have 85%, and they have leased Gracelands for and Amy said it was for 99 years. The bit I read said it was 90 years. Now there's a possibility that they pay rent, but I don't think so. I think it was a lump sum payment that went to Gracelands. We've already worked out that $6.5 million was paid to Priscilla way back in 2005 so they could keep the Presley name. So Priscilla did sell the Presley name, even though she had given it up after the first divorce, and then she took it back after he died. We're not happy that Priscilla uses the Presley name, are we? Fans generally are not, if you're an Elvis fan and you're not obsessed with Priscilla, no offense to people that are, you are never going to be happy that she carried on using the Presley name, because the bottom line is she took it back for, in our opinion, for monetary gain. It had nothing to do with love. And the reason we say it had nothing to do with love is because we know all the cruel things that happened to Elvis from Priscilla. And I'm not saying this in a hateful way. This is from our evidence, from our research. We've learned there was some very cruel things that happened to Elvis with the second divorce settlement. I don't want to go into all that now because it's quite complex, but you've heard it all before more than a dozen times. But my point is, we've worked out now that Graceland was sold. Graceland, the lease, was sold. I agree that Riley is the freeholder. Now, in America, what word do you use for freeholder? A freeholder. We use freeholder if you own a property. What word do they use in America? Is it realtor? Is it come on, guys, you tell me your American words for owning a building. Right, let's read some comments. My wife's car has broke down. It's still drivable, and I promised her that I'm going to try and fix it today. So after this live, I'm going to spend a few hours on her car. So right, let's have a look. Okay, oops, right, let's just get this off. Okay. Right, just had to run it. Right, okay, let me just catch up with your comments. Look, we're always going to get a bit of backlash, guys. We're always going to get it, because that's why we're defending Elvis, yeah? So one of the most common things I hear people say is, what's there to defend? What's there to defend? Do you ever get that, guys? People just going, defending Elvis? What's there to defend? Yeah? Come on, we laugh at that because there's so many things, hundreds and hundreds of things. I had a wonderful time. Thank you. I went to Elvis exhibition for the fourth time. I got to hold Elvis's TCB glasses. Wow. Oh, I'd love to do that. His gold Las Vegas microphone and his gold attendance belt. Oh my God. Elaine, you've had a brilliant time, haven't you? Goosebumps. You actually had goosebumps. Oh, I would love to. I've been to quite a few exhibitions, never held anything. I wonder, why did they let you hold things? Did you have to pay extra? That's amazing. I don't judge Priscilla fans. I just doubt that these fans are really Elvis fans. You have to decide, pick a side. I'm Team Elvis. Hi, Diana. Well, it's a tough one, because I personally think Priscilla fans are Elvis fans, but they have been brainwashed, in my opinion. They have been spoon-fed, in my opinion, lies and untruths and incorrect facts. They've been spoon-fed the story, the book Elvis and Me. It is a book written from Priscilla's point of view with no witnesses. So, and I always say this, guys. We used to be the Priscilla fans. Yeah, I'm not saying that we were like out and out Priscilla fans. Maybe not that, but most of us here, I would say, had fallen for the fairy tale. The beautiful romance that started in Germany, that evolved into her moving to Graceland, and that then evolved into the marriage, the birth of Lisa Marie Presley, beautiful Lisa Marie Presley, who we also defend. And then everything went wrong because Elvis had a drug problem and was unfaithful. We all fell for that. So how many of you admit that you fell for it? Now, I don't mean that horribly. How many of you admit that you all fell for that? Now, my point is this, guys. My point is this. They're Elvis fans foremost, but then they've fallen for the fairy tale. Brainwashed. Oh, my wife's back. Brainwashed. And I don't say the word brainwash rudely. A lot of the time we're brainwashed. We don't even know it. We don't even know it. It's a bit like with my carnivore diet, my keto diet, where we think meat and eggs is bad for us. It's not, but we've been brainwashed to believe that it is. It's the same sort of thing. If you're told the same thing over and over again for over 40 years, you start to believe it. So my point is this. All right, looks like they're going somewhere. Okay. Let's have a tea a minute. If you're spoon-fed things over and over again, yeah? What day is it? I can tell the kids go somewhere. If you're spoon-fed things over and over again for over 40 years, you truly believe it. You truly believe the romance. You truly believe that Priscilla was the love of Elvis's life. You believe that she did no wrong and that everything was great and everything that went wrong was Elvis's fault. You believe it, guys. I'm telling you, some of us believe this. We just thought, oh no, he's a pop star, a rock and roll star. He loved the ladies. He loved the party life. He loved the wildlife. He loved going away with Memphis Mafia, making the movies. Then obviously later the 68 comeback, then the Vegas comeback. So you just think, oh, you know, Elvis just wasn't ready for marriage. Elvis couldn't be faithful, and Elvis put his career first, the fans first. But actually, which is quite believable for the Priscilla fans, yeah. But actually, when you look under the surface, this is why we're here. This is why we're defending Elvis Presley. When you look under the surface, there's a much more complicated story. And that Elvis isn't the devil that they make him out to be. That there was two sides to the story. That Priscilla did many things, in our opinion, that were very wrong. That Priscilla could also be very cunning, conniving. Priscilla also was very unfaithful. And Priscilla, when it came to money, in our opinion, was very greedy. You start to understand that Priscilla also was very ambitious and wanted a massive career in entertainment, whether it be a movie star or an entrepreneur opening businesses or promoting fragrances or kids' clothing, and she did on furniture. She did quite a few things. We know about the TV show she did, Those Amazing Animals. You can find that on YouTube if you want to look it up. So then when you start getting all the facts together and then you bring in Child Bride, which I don't like talking about Child Bride because we're upset with Suzanne Finstad, the author, because we don't like the way she's portrayed Elvis. But I will say this about the book Child Bride, and that is it does show the public and the Priscilla fans that there is an alternative personality to Priscilla that has been hidden from us. Has been hidden. Hi, Natividad. Natividad, I just want to make sure that you're on our messages. Let me just make sure, Natividad. I'm just trying to make sure everyone is on this list. Natividad, we started a Facebook Messenger so we can talk to each other and I can let you know when we're live. So I'm going to see if I can add you. I think you might already be on it. Did you get a notification? Right, got you. Just added you. Ooh, wrong one. So add. I'm going to send you a hello. Let's have a look. I'm going to send you a hello, see if you get it. Hello, Natividad. Now, is there any of you that are not on this group? Because we need to make sure this group's complete. Teresa. Teresa, are you on my messenger? Facebook Messenger, so I can add you to the group. So I've got a feeling you're not. Teresa. No. All right, add me. I'll put my name here. Add me on Facebook. I know some of you are against Facebook, but it will make life easier for all of us. Add me to the Facebook, then I can always let you know when we go live. Then we won't miss out. Right, anyway, I've been waffling on a bit, but you get what I'm saying to you guys, that this is why I want to be careful when we discuss Priscilla fans. Is that, how can I say it? What's that saying that Jesus said? They know not what they do. It's the same sort of thing that many of the Priscilla fans, and I say this respectfully, have been blinkered, yeah, and spoon-fed falsities, and they're unaware. They're unaware. They haven't done the research. They haven't looked into all the facts, and they're not on a group like this where we're all enlightening each other to learn, to get to the truth. Oh, well done, Natividad. That means we'll all get notified. Anyone not being notified, I will add you to that group. So my point is, rather than being annoyed at them or angry at them, like I deleted a comment that was on the Facebook page today. I didn't mean it horribly. Carolyn, are you on the group? Carolyn, we set up a little group so we can notify each other. One of you guys told me to do it. It was a good idea. Let's just make sure you're on it, Carolyn. Let's have a look. Right, Carolyn. You might already be on it. So, Carolyn, what is your last name on Facebook Messenger so I can add you to the group? My point is that rather than be annoyed at them or angry at them or look at them as if they've done something wrong, I try and understand them. I try and understand the brainwashing. Let's have a look. Yeah, you got some catching up to do, Elaine. But we've had some good lives, I think. Right. Yeah. So is it Carolyn? Are you under Carolyn Lewis? Let's have a look. I'm on about the. Yes, I found you. I think from Sanford. Yeah, Carolyn Sanford. Right. I've added you. I'm going to give you a hello to make sure you're getting it. Right, I've sent you a hello. Just let's see if it might take a few seconds. There could be a delay. Right, Rosalind. I'm sorry I'm being distracted by this, but I think it's important we get it right. Rosalind, I'm adding you to the Facebook Messenger. Right, let's have a look. Rosalind, is your last name Rain? R-A-I-N. Oops. I'm just adding everyone to Finney. Right, let's have a look. I'm just adding everyone to the Facebook. All right, you might not be on it then. Oh, maybe you are. Oh. Rosalind, are you on our Facebook? I just wanted so I can add. I'm trying to add everyone to the thing. Right, let's keep reading our comments. Right, Sue got it. That's good. Lorna. Yeah, Rosalind. I don't know if you're on it. Are you on Facebook, Rosalind? I know some of you are a bit funny about Facebook. I get it, guys. But you can keep the group private, and I think that stops you getting. Right, let's just read some more comments. Right, let's have a look. Right, let's go back. God, I talk so much that I miss all the comments. I don't judge, I just doubt that these fans are really Elvis fans. Okay, so I've given you my opinion there. Morning all. Sorry, I'm listened. It's ballet morning for my granddaughter. Hi, Cherie. Cherie, are you on the group? I think you are. I'm just checking. Cherie, did you get the message, Cherie? The reminder to get us to get on this group? Let me just see. Cherie, let's have a look. So Cherie, on Facebook, what name are you under? Right, let's keep reading. Suzanne Finsath was never sued for defamation of character, so how could we be? Rebecca, hi Rebecca, how are you? It's not so much that I'm worried about being sued, yeah? I'm worried about Facebook and YouTube shutting our channel down. This is the big worry. This is the big worry, Rebecca. How are you, Rebecca? Rebecca, have you been on before? Are you new? Yeah, I can see that Natividad is on. Right, let me just check the messages to see if the group is definitely growing. Okay. So basically, any of you that have not been notified, I think rather than being distracted every 2 seconds, just message me. Message me. But I think I've got most of you on now. Yeah. So Rebecca, are you new, Rebecca? Welcome to our channel. Rebecca Smith, welcome to Defending Elvis Presley. Fans want the truth. The whole point of us is to defend Elvis Presley and just to have a bit of fun and discuss Elvis. And it's not always serious. Sometimes it's just a bit of fun. We get together, we're a little family. We're Elvis defenders. We're Team Elvis. We've created Team Elvis. That's what we call ourselves. And you're welcome to be one of us. The more of us there are, the bigger our voice is. Let's have a look. So Sherry, morning all. I listened in ballet morning for my granddaughter, so getting ready at the same time. Have fun. So Vibex, I zoomed in on it and it does look like Linda. Priscilla has an upper nose and the woman in the picture has a long nose. And Linda, I've been checking up and Linda used to have dark hair. Right. Vibex, I'm not going to say this is 100%, but Shauna did a live last night and I think Linda Thompson has removed the post. I'm pretty sure it was not her. And part of the reason they've proved it was not her is the picture was taken before Linda was with Elvis. And I think they've also proved who took the picture. I think it was a gate girl who took the picture. Now, if you go over and watch Shauna's video, Tenderly Loving Elvis, it's only 8 minutes long. And it sort of explains that Linda Thompson did make a mistake saying that it was her in the car. So have you watched that? Give that a watch and we'll go and see how you feel. Yeah, Diana, it's a good little video. It's a cute video. She also brings up another picture that Linda Thompson had made a mistake on. Now, what they're trying to say is if she's made a mistake on 2 different pictures, what else has she made mistakes on? So I know there is a bit of an anti-Linda thing growing at the moment. I'm not one of those people. I'm not anti-Linda at all. I like her. I like her interviews. And I think she's been pretty loyal to Elvis in the way that she defends him and talks about him. So me personally, I'm fine with Linda. Now, do I like to get all the facts out there? Yes, of course. But my general thing is she loves Elvis. Always did love Elvis. I really believe that. Did she love his money? Probably. Did she love the luxury that came with Elvis? Probably. Did she love using Elvis as her career? Probably. Yeah. But that doesn't make her a bad person. All right. I was chatting with one of the archives yesterday, and they said, this is Elaine, yeah? With one of the archive yesterday, and they said most of the Elvis belongings get sent back by shipping, and it creates the jewelry and more valuable items are sent to Graceland by plane. I remember some reports. Let's have a look. Diana, I remember some reports at the time. I said that Lisa had thrown the money out of the window with her hands. The media accused her of not being able to handle money. Well, there could be some truth to that. You know, maybe Lisa Marie wasn't good at spending. Maybe she did overspend. Come on, we all do that. We're not the best with our finances. We get carried away with our spending. Yeah. I did watch Shauna, but she caught Linda on 2 lies. Yeah, she did. Yeah. Well, do you know what? You guys call it lies, but I'll be honest with you. Come on. She's an elder woman. She can make mistakes. I think 2 mistakes in 40 years isn't a big deal. I really believe that. Just in my opinion, guys. Yeah, she got a few pictures wrong. Let's not all start telling her that she's an out-and-out liar and that we can't believe anything she says because of that. I personally think that she's being treated a bit harshly because of that picture that she made a mistake on. Melissa won't like this because we love Melissa. She's one of our subscribers, and Melissa has strong views about Linda Thompson, which is her right. But I just don't think it's a big deal. I don't think it's a big deal. I think Linda has done a lot of good in the way that she portrays Elvis. I've watched a lot of her interviews. She seems like a great lady to me. Yeah, she got her pictures and facts wrong sometimes. It's okay. We do it every day. I get my facts wrong every day. So that's just my views, guys. But I did like the video. I thought Shauna's video was good. It was great. Right, so Elaine, yes, it was a white glove experience, nowhere near as expensive as it is at Grayson. And because I had been before, I discounted it was great value. I was discounted. Oh, I need to go. I need to go. So basically, if you've been to these events before, they give you some discount. That's cool. Did not get nothing. Right, okay. So Elaine, isn't this guarded? What happens if someone gets lost? I'm not sure what you mean. I'm not sure what you mean, Diane. There was a video that I watched last night that said he had no intention of getting married. We'll never know, will we, Patricia? We'll never know because I've read different things. If you want my view, I don't think Elvis was going to marry. But would Elvis have, if he had lived into his 40s, would Elvis have one day got married? It's possible, because he wanted a family. He was a Christian man. He wanted the family at home. He loved children. So do I think Elvis was never going to get married? No. I think Elvis, as he got older, started to settle. And I think he could have got married, yeah. Was it going to be Ginger? Probably not. Because the way I see Ginger is that she still had a lot of life to live. She still had things that she wanted to do. And she wasn't quite ready for marriage herself. Yeah. So some of you Ginger Oldham fans, because I like Ginger Oldham, she's lovely, truly believe they were definitely going to get married, 100%, and really have fallen for that. And that's fine. I think we're allowed to have our own views. Yeah. I know Melissa loves Ginger Oldham. Melissa, you're not on, are you? I think she's a beautiful lady. I think she's a lovely lady as well. And she's been very dignified. Ginger Oldham has been very dignified in her life. I did find a movie that she made about a year after Elvis died. So she wanted the glamour as well. If you watch that movie, it's on YouTube. I'm not sure what the name of the movie was, but it's loosely based on Elvis. It's on YouTube. And she looks stunning in it. Stunning. Only a year-ish after Elvis died. So she was career-minded for the entertainment business as well. But I think, my guess is that she fell in love and got married, had a family, and turned a different corner. So, come on, it's hard to resist, isn't it? If you want fame and money, it's hard to resist, guys, especially at that age. She would have only been, how old? 22, 23 when she made that movie? Have any of you watched it? Yes, Diana, they have guards taking it back. Oh, right, I got you. Right, I understand now what Diana meant. Right, yeah, and you would think that. I read today that Colonel Tom Parker had 2 giant warehouses full of Elvis's belongings. Elvis's belongings, 2 massive warehouses. So let's have a look. Hi, Cohen. I think I'm on the group, but I have to admit I don't use Facebook hardly ever. Just Carolyn, just keep it private. You can put the setting as private, yeah, and then no one's going to see your stuff. No one, and no one can get to you, yeah. I have something I want to share with you and the group. I will send it to the Facebook group to take it from there. Okay, yeah, Natividad, please do. That's why we're here. That is exactly why we're here. We are here. Let me just check the messages. Yep, Diana's on here. Right, I want to share with you. I have a gold record done by Elvis and a scarf from Elvis. Wow, Natividad. Yes. All right. Let me go there. 1 second, guys. Okay. All right. Right, just gonna quickly put something on and say goodbye to my wife. Only a couple of minutes because I want to carry on this discussion because they're all going now. So I'll put this on while I just quickly say goodbye to them because I want to carry this on. We'll put some archive stuff on. You know I love my archive footage. Kids are a bit noisy. Right, let's have a look. I hope you guys are having a good morning. I've got a free day today, but I do have to. I'm going to get on and fix the car. Here we go. Right. She gets bored, and one of her jobs is she teaches gymnastics. And she's bored. She just wants to get out of the house and do it. So I did want to say goodbye to her properly before she left. Anyway, I quickly was scanning through your comments. Two things stood out. You had Melissa's comment. Hi, Melissa. We did mention you earlier, by the way, with your interest in Linda. So morning to you, Melissa. Just so in case you don't know, Melissa, we've set up a little group so that we can talk to each other. And you're definitely on it. So one of you guys messaged me last night saying we should have a group where at least when I go live, I'll say hello, Melissa, on it and just see if you get that. At least when I go do a live, instead of sitting here for 10 minutes trying to message everyone we're live, at least on here I can just send one message. I will still post it on the Facebook channel and on the Facebook chat, and then all of you get it. Yeah, and the bonus is, guys, we can chat to each other on this messenger. So I do recommend any of you that don't have the Facebook that you set yourself up a Facebook account, put it as private so that you don't get any spam, and you join our messenger. Unfortunately, you have to do it through my name, Louis Macreadys, which I'll type here. And then we can just carry on chatting, can't we, guys? We can. So the two standout comments I saw was Melissa had said that Linda has once said that Elvis got angry and held her to the floor and laughed. I've never read that. So Melissa, do you have the evidence to show that? I'm interested in that. And then Diana, let's see if we can find Diana's comment. Diana, where are we? Diana said that why was Elvis Presley Enterprises, I think, 40 million in debt? I have a feeling it was 25 million, and that she's interested in Bill Silliman. Bob Silliman, Bill Silliman. I get so confused. Bob Silliman, the billionaire that bought Elvis Presley Enterprises, that also bought the lease of Graceland in 2005 for $114 million. The figures that we read. Hi, Cherie. Yeah, so Cherie's getting our messages. Hi, Cherie. The thing that we read said that obviously this isn't fact, is it? This is a write-up by one of the social media groups, and it basically says, let me get it up because I took a picture of it because it's quite short, but it gives the main facts. So, all I know about Bob Silliman is that he was a billionaire. He's very, very successful. I think he was on the stock market, made a lot of money, and other ways. Let's just see what Melissa. So, can we check this out in the more detail in this group? Yeah, of course we can. Diana, we can do it. It's fine. I don't hate Linda. I just don't like her actions and her contradictions. That's fine. You're entitled to that, Melissa. Right, let's have a look. Elaine was extremely realistic when you went to see ABBA. Let's have a look. Sorry, I'm missing some of your chats. Let's have a look. Paul McCartney now owns Bill Black's double bass. That's interesting, Elaine. I went to ABBA Voyage, which similar to Elvis Evolution, and it was incredible. Yeah, I love ABBA. I love ABBA. I think they're amazing. My live stream would be finally to see Graceland for myself. It's so expensive. It's not affordable for me right now. That's a coincidence. Just slightly off topic. EP Archive. So he's given us a shout out on his channel, and he did a video interview of the tour. Let's just see if it allowed me to put it on here. Let's have a look. Because I shared it because I thought it was a really good interview. Right, here we go.
It was really great during Elvis Week. Joe Weinshanker, managing partner of Elvis Presley.
So, I really liked this interview. Now I'm going to play some of it because it goes into detail what you guys get if you pay for the tour. Now we've got views about the tour. Many of us think that it's. Let me just get this in here. Will it go that way? Right. Many of us think that the tour is really expensive. I think it worked out about you have to have a minimum of 4 people. Is it 2 tours a day? It worked out about $1,500 per person. So I normally wouldn't play it, but I did like this interview because it was somebody, I think, who works at Memphis at Graceland, talking about what you actually get on the tour.
Spoke to the fans about.
So talking about what you get on the tour. And I thought we do need to cover this because I just thought It's important. So this is EP Fan Archive. He's given us a shout, and he's interviewing this woman. Let's just listen to some of it. We'll see.
Some of the exciting things that are going on here at Graceland. And one of the things that you all announced is this new Presley for a Day experience.
Yeah, this was a really exciting announcement, and we've been talking about this internally for months now, right? Because this has taken some planning because of what it is. So the whole idea of, Presley for a Day is to truly come here and experience Graceland like a Presley. And that can mean so many things. But what we decided to do was put together this tour that lasts for several hours. I'm talking like a true full day tour, right?
Yeah.
That you can come, you get the full, VIP experience, right? You get the tour guide and everything else. But what we're doing is adding things to that have that Presley touch. So we've even purchased horses that you can ride a horse and get your picture made.
Wow.
It's like we have all these amazing pictures of Elvis on a horse.
Yeah.
And you can have your picture made on a horse, like in front of Graceland.
Just like Elvis.
Like that, we've never done this
that's
before.
Really kind of
Isn't that
unattainable,
cool? Right.
Really?
It's
never been possible.
Right. I would have never thought that this is what we would do, but I think it's such a cool offering.
I'm glad you could clarify too, and I really didn't know this, that you all bought horses for this.
We did,
who are trained, for people to ride around.
Yeah, safety
because
first.
There's rescues here too. I know Priscilla has some rescues here, so they're not involved in it. So there's horses that you can ride, but
correct.
It's the way I look at it from an overview, it's like it's concierge service.
Absolutely,
that's what it is.
It's a huge thing, right? So when if you want to go book this tour, you are going to get that personal kind of one-on-one experience with a true concierge that's asking you, about your food preferences and what you like to drink and everybody's name, and really getting down to treating you like we're rolling out the red carpet.
Yeah.
And not that we don't do that anyways here at Graceland, but this is just another level of, you want to come in and you want to do something. Maybe it's extra special for a birthday, or maybe it's just, treating someone to an amazing tour because they're a huge fan. This is something that you definitely don't want to miss. We've even gone to the extent of, making this, the food element, part.
Yes.
Kind of like a focal point, because we have renovated what we're calling Mariah's house, which is the small barn.
Let's talk about
on
Mariah's
property.
house.
Yeah. So Mariah's house. So Mariah was Lisa Marie's pony.
Yes.
And this is a small barn that, if you're looking out the back pasture at Graceland, you may or may really not pay attention to this building. It kind of sits in front of the main stable barn in the back. And we've renovated it and kind of turned it into this, almost maybe cottage is the right word, like almost this like little tiny house that has, we've been decorating it. We got like a dining room table, and this is where you're going to have your meal.
Wow.
And so I can't wait to talk way more about this.
Yes.
But yeah, we've renovated this.
You'll be
having it on the property,
looking out over the pasture.
And let me tell you,
Graceland.
the view is incredible. The view from Mariah's house, I just got goosebumps, actually. It's so cool. We've never done anything like this before. And I think that's one of the things that makes it really unique, is like we're constantly coming up with ideas. Joel is constantly coming up with ideas to make really unique experiences for people, because that's what we are. Like, come experience Graceland in whichever way you want to do it. We're offering so many different ways to do that.
You can cruise around too. You get to cruise around the grounds on a golf cart.
Oh yeah.
So when you talk about live like a Presley, that comes to mind.
And we also we're doing a really cool like a merchandise pack, and I want to tell you.
I saw you get a swag bag.
And honestly, like, swag bag doesn't even like touch what this is. I'm very fortunate to say that I was able to be a part of this from the conception to, looking at the samples, whatever.
Yeah.
I want it. Like, I want this bag of amazing stuff. Like, it's so cool. Like, again, I can't wait to show pictures and post what we have that's available.
And you only get it on the tour. This tour.
You only get it on the tour.
So this is super exclusive.
Very exclusive.
Only 8 people a day?
8 people a day. So essentially, 2 groups of 4. So again, it's something that, I will also say that if you're like, but it's only 2 of us, that is where the concierge service will come in and be like, well, do you want us to help find 2 other people? Because we'll get those inquiries. Like, there's only 2 of us, and if we know that there's someone else, we can pair you with them. So I mean, again, it's something that, you know, if you want it to be just 2 of you, if you want it to be 4, that's perfectly fine. But we are working on accommodating people who, you know, want to add others to their tour.
Yeah, and like you said, you know, special occasions, birthdays, anniversaries. This is, I mean, I like having a top tier option available.
Absolutely, because, you know,
and that doesn't take away from any of the other experiences here.
Correct.
At all.
I believe that, you know, because I even thought about when we're doing, you know, talking through this whole, you know, creating this experience, especially with the horses. There's so many people who love horses, right?
Yeah.
Like it's such a big thing. And even thinking about, like, you know, kids and horseback riding, and, you know, if I'm a parent, I would go, you know, oh, what a unique experience. I want to give my kids an experience versus, you know,
it is an experience
versus like a tangible, like, gift or whatever. It's all about creating those memories. And that's what we're here to do. And so not only, you know, talking about horses and golf carts, again, for the Elvis fan, as we all are, you're going to be able to have some really incredible white glove experiences that we've never offered before. So throughout your entire tour, you're going to stop and they're going to go, do you want to hold the, like, on your tour, you know? And I don't want to give, like, too much away, but I think that's like a really cool option. And then plus, you know, you're going to get to tour the mansion, you know, in the evening, and it's just a really special feeling. So yeah, I mean, there's so much with this that you get, and you can go to Graceland.com and look at all of the details if you're interested in booking. And
so quite a long video, but I do think it was important because it's the first video that I've watched that really details the tour. I mean, I'll tell you what. When I listen to it, I am like, my God, I'd love to do that. I'd love it. But then another side to me says it's too expensive, and another side to me says, would Elvis have wanted it to be so expensive to do a tour? These VIP tours. I like what she says. It suits special occasions, you know, like I would say weddings or engagements, birthdays. So, guys, what are your views? I'm always going to say it's too expensive. I'm always going to say that. But it's also, wouldn't it be fascinating to do all those things? And I think at the end of it, you get a package of items that go up in value. Did it say that? Let me just press play. While I'm playing this last little few minutes, can you tell me your comments? Would you do the tour? Do you think it's too expensive? What do you think Elvis would have been annoyed at the cost of this tour? Just let me know, guys, and then let's just play these last couple of minutes.
Listen, I can't wait.
Booking is going on now, right?
Booking is going on now. Tours start September 6th, so
it's limited.
It is. It's very limited, but I'm really excited. It's going to be a great thing, and I can't wait till this kicks off. So
yeah, it's exciting. Yeah, Graceland.com for details on that. Also, Alicia, hopefully the next little bit there'll be some Elvis Week highlights flying around too.
Yeah.
You know, there were a lot of photos, a lot of videos. Social media is covered up with it.
Absolutely, yeah. We'll be getting out those pictures and videos hopefully very soon. Again, it kind of takes us a couple days to readjust and get back in the groove.
So you must have already heard it that you do get like a goodie bag at the end of the tour. Tammy obviously said, hi Tammy, you're not new. I think we spoke before, have we, Tammy? Welcome to our group. Welcome to Team Elvis. We know 100% the thing that we've learned about Elvis, especially through his Vegas tours. He wanted the price of the tickets to be always good value because he completely understood people worked hard for their money, and he wanted to make sure they got value for money, and he didn't want to feel that his fans got ripped off. So yeah, Tammy, I do remember we've spoke before. Carolyn, as far as I know, it's you remind me, guys, isn't it doesn't it work out? It's a maximum of 4 people, and it's $6,000. But it's is it an all day? It's a 7-hour tour. I think they only allow 2 tours a day, but that does include quite a lot of things. Even the white glove thing that Elaine was talking about, horse riding around Graceland and stuff like that. And there's obviously a VIP meal, dinner. So I think it's very luxurious, quite VIP. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'd love to do it. Now, would I want to spend $1,500 doing it per person? No, because if I went, I'd always, of course, we're going to take someone with us. So it's a very expensive way of looking at Graceland, isn't it? So Carolyn, my husband got into ABBA. He's Eastern European, and they were huge there. But I love ABBA, yes. And answer to your question, she said in her book. Oh, thank you, Melissa. Thank you. Right. Well, that's not nice, is it? That she said that Elvis lost his temper and held her down and shouted at her and started laughing. I don't like that. See, things like that. I don't want to hear it, guys. I don't want to hear it from ex-girlfriends. And we don't know the whole story, do we? We don't get both sides of the story, you know? I was just saying, if Elvis Evolution, is it as good as ABBA Void? Right, okay. I'm sorry, but that is a lot of money, yes. Elvis would think Elvis would think the price, yeah. Will they close the grounds to Presley for a day to do this alongside the other tours, or do it after they close? Yeah, I mean, Elaine, my guess is it will just be done alongside because it's too busy. It's too, what they're getting, like how many visitors a day? Over 3,000 visitors a day. Is that right? So just as a businessman, they run it all alongside. Yeah. So Jane, you've already watched it, yeah? And I accidentally came across it, and I remember thinking this is a really good interview. The woman he's interviewed is called Elaine. Who is that? Guys, tell me who Elaine is. Yeah, you definitely got to save up for it, Natividad. I'm just wondering how Elvis would feel anything going on at Graceland. It was his home. Patricia, right. This is a great question. Personally, I think Elvis would love showing off his home. Love it. He was so proud of Graceland and the lands around it. And obviously his belongings. Now, I've never been given who was the person that chose to save everything, all of his belongings. Yeah. Was it Colonel? Was it Vernon? Was it Vernon, the Colonel, and Elvis? Who was the person that said, look, let's keep everything in these massive warehouses? And don't forget, they didn't just keep his belongings. They also kept all the things that the fans sent to Elvis. I've heard this. All the gifts that were sent to Elvis, you know, through the 50s, 60s, 70s were kept, never thrown away. So I'm interested in the answer to that question. Who was the person that said, we're going to save everything? For us as fans, Elaine recently been to London, actually held some of the items, the gold belt, etc. It's amazing. Yeah. Do any of you know the answer to that question? Let's have a look. I am just wondering how Elvis would feel with everything going on at Graceland, his home. That's all very well, but you really need a lot of money for this on top of all the expensive. Yes, no, you're right, Jane. Jane, you're right. It is an expensive day out. But she does make it clear that the VIP, tour, the $6,000 is for special occasions. The main tour, I don't even know what the cost of the main tour is. You guys have told me a few times. Someone told me it's $190. Is that true? Is that true? Just for the tour? Please tell me, guys. Lorna. Hi, Lorna. I'd love to do a tour. I think Elvis would be angry at the cost. Yes. Snap. I would love to do the tour. Elvis wouldn't like the cost. So let's have a look. Teresa, I'd rather give money to Children's Hospital in Elvis' memory. That's lovely, Teresa. It is, Carolyn, it's a lot, isn't it? It's a lot. Elvis would be angry at, yeah, he would be. Who has the money now to do this? Not me. It's Tammy, you're right. Come on, we are all suffering. We are all, I mean, I'm a businessman, and I tell you now, I struggle in my business. I've got a twin brother, we're in business together, and we are finding it tough because, you know, you've got the gas cost, the electric cost, the council tax bills, and then you've got the maintenance cost and the food cost, the kids stuff. It goes on and on and on. We are all the food now in England has tripled in price. I don't know what it's like in America and Australia and Canada, but the food costs in England are atrocious, very expensive. What is it like where you are, guys? Tell me what country you're in and what food costs are like. Are they still sky high? You know, we've got a new prime minister now, but nothing's changed yet. If you want to just go by yourself or with someone, do you still have to make up another 2 people, or do they group you up? Now, you do have to have a minimum of 4 people. That's what I've read. You do have to give them the 6 grand. Yeah. So yes, you need to make up the numbers, Elaine. Sylvia in Australia. I'm in Australia. It's 7:30 p.m. at night. Hi, Sylvia. Right. Right. Okay. So we've got Sylvia in Australia. Lorraine is awake. Lorraine, you still awake? You should be asleep, mate. You got work in the morning. 6% discount for seniors. Right. Okay. That's interesting. Chilling in Canada. I still think it is so very expensive. Not all of us have that type of money. I do love the many new extras, but still 1,500 is a lot of money. And just like Jane, other expenses are involved. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Come on, guys. We want it free. We want it free. Right. So, yeah, and most average people could not afford that. Come on. It's a bit like saving up for a wedding, isn't it? It's like this expense that you don't ever want to have again. Elvis took fans into his home and signed autographs for free. I highly doubt he would be okay with his fans being charged. Yeah, I agree with that, Melissa, but I also think he would love showing off Gracelands. Loved it. I think Elvis would love the fact that he is still so popular, still so in demand, that we all want to see his home, that we all love Gracelands. I think Elvis would love it. Now, do I think Elvis would be happy with that Bill Silliman bought Gracelands? No chance. Do I think Elvis would be happy that Joel Weishanker, with his hundreds of millions, bought Elvis Presley Enterprises, 85% of it, and the lease of Gracelands? No. Elvis would have wanted it in the bloodline. I truly believe that, guys. Elvis would have wanted it in the bloodline. So I know Diana wants to talk about Bill Silliman, but we can't really go into it too much because it's Diane, just so you know, we did 2 live streams yesterday, so all the information you need is in those 2 live streams. Yeah, they were very detailed, long live streams, but I do have the highlights, and that is the deal between Bill Silliman, or Bob Silliman. I keep calling him Bill. It's Bob. Robert Silliman. And Lisa Presley. His company was called CKX. They paid $114 million for 85% interest in Elvis Presley Enterprises. Lisa retained 15%. Lisa received $50 million in cash. Now, Amy Collett has said that figure isn't correct. Plus 26 million in CKX common and preferred stock. So she got some stock, yeah? And then another 25 million from CKX went to pay off Elvis Presley Enterprises debt. Now, we are horrified. We are that a 25 million debt had been built up. Why? How did that happen? Of course, we have to look to the people that were controlling the money in 2005, the way that a debt like that had built up. I mean, I know many businesses run in debt. We understand that, but 25 million. So that shocks me. And then the other thing that is said here, and this is the bit that's going to infuriate you guys, is that Priscilla Presley included in the deal that she sold her name Presley, which we know wasn't her name really, because she took it back after Elvis died. She gave it up after the first divorce settlement, and she was given $6.5 million. That was a lot of money back then in 2005 for the Presley name. She was given $6.5 million for Priscilla in her own pocket for the Presley name in 2005. That shocks me. That shocks me. A name that really wasn't even hers because she had given it up. So I know you guys, that's going to infuriate you. She'll see it differently, of course. And it even says here that he didn't have to pay her. It says, even though Silliman wasn't legally obligated to pay her anything, since Priscilla and Elvis were divorced, as the Elvis estate went to Lisa Marie, the payment will no doubt make it easier for Silliman to call Priscilla up to ask her to come and cut the ribbon. In other words, in my opinion, it was a backhander. It was a backhander. It was a sweetener. It was agreed. This is just an opinion for entertainment purposes. It was allow this deal to go through. Yeah. The selling of Elvis Presley Enterprises. But you guys know that I am completely against the fact that Elvis Presley Enterprises was sold 85% of it. I am completely against it. It should never have left the bloodline of the Presleys. Thank God 15% of it is retained. We know that the ownership of Graceland, the building and the land and the museum was retained by Riley Keough, Lisa Marie, Riley Keough, the twins. But the lease of Graceland, this is another shock. The lease of Graceland was included in the deal. So Elvis Presley Enterprises do own 85% of the lease of Graceland's The Tour, the business. That shocks me. That shocks me. Because even though Riley Keough is the freeholder, English version, freeholder of the building, the owner of the building, it is leased. It is leased, and I think it's a 90 or 99-year lease. That's shocking to me. That is shocking to me. So Diana, I've read that for you just briefly. Bill Silliman was a massive millionaire who made a lot of money in different ways. One of the well-known ways he made money, I think, is from the stock market. But he didn't just acquire the big names like Elvis Presley. I think there was other names like Muhammad Ali and other things. Yeah, but he did go bust. He did go bust. So he was a larger-than-life character. He's passed away of cancer, I think. And he was very proud that he bought the Presley name. Very proud. There's loads of things on Google showing proudly stood in front of Gracelands and boasting that he'd bought Elvis Presley, which I don't like. I don't like anyone saying, I bought Elvis Presley. I find that he's quite a bolshy character. And I don't know how to say this, but the bottom line is he went bust. And I think when he went bust, this is when I don't know this, Joe Weishaker comes along with his deal, because Joe Weishaker was a very successful multimillionaire, maybe even billionaire, who knows. And he come along and he got himself a bargain. And he saved Bob Silliman, from complete ruin and stepped in. And this is why we have Joe Weishaker. I think, I'm no expert. This is how it is. So yeah, that's how it comes across, guys. I'm just going to quickly warm this coffee up because it's gone cold. I'd literally be 30 seconds. I'm going to come back and read your comments. coffee. Guys, we've got to have hot coffee. I know I keep going off and playing videos. Right, let's have a look. I understand that, but isn't it here to make the choice for fans to be in his home? He was private person, just like Lisa Marie. Right, let me just read that again. Right, Vernon and Parker saved everything, but for very different reasons. Vernon, in the case, they go back to poverty, and Parker to auction off if need be. Yeah. So Elaine, Elaine, I know you know your stuff, Elaine. You are proper, you know your thing. I really take your advice and your comments very seriously. Yes, I've read this situation where Vernon, because he came from poverty, always feared that he was going to lose everything. Do you know what? I relate to that because I had a very, very difficult, poor upbringing. I literally lived with my parents in 2 rooms for all of my childhood. And the rooms I lived in had a kitchen, a bath, a utility room. It was a lounge, all in one room. So I know how it feels. And the house was derelict and the windows were all broken and the roof leaked. We didn't have a garden. Our garden was the roof. So I know how it feels to have nothing. So I relate to Vernon. Yeah. The fear of losing everything. I get that. And you become a bit of a hoarder. You know, thankfully life went well for me and I've had a good life with my twin brother and we did okay. But me and my twin brother, even though we're 57 now, we still feel like we're going to lose everything. It doesn't go away. It stays with you. Maybe some of you relate to that. So the other thing with Parker being an entrepreneur, a businessman, always with his eye on the money, was always thinking, oh, these things are going to be worth a lot of money one day. So Parker was very shrewd. So whatever the reasons are, it's good for us. Good for us. Because we can now see these items. And they're doing these museum tours around the world. Obviously, Elaine's just been to the one in London. I went to the one in London in the Dome, in the Millennium Dome. My wife took me there as a birthday present, and it was fascinating. It was fascinating to see all his stuff close up. Close up. I was stood this close to the clothes that Elvis wore. Amazing. And obviously, Elaine's just been there, so she knows. So Patricia says, I understand that, but Elvis isn't here to make that choice for the fans to be in his home. He was a private person, and just like Lisa Marie. We know he was a private person, but come on. I know this is just opinions, guys. He was so proud of that home. He would love it that we visit his home and that we still love him and that we defend him and that his music is massively still popular and even his movies are still watched a lot. No, I'm telling you, Elvis, just my opinion, would love us visiting his home. Only my opinion. Let's have a look. Okay, let's have a look. Bless him to say he was so scared and shy to stand in front of all those screaming people in his masses. Thinks, yeah, I've seen the interviews. He even right to the last minute would get very, very, very nervous before he went on stage, and then he just came out of himself. And we know even in the '68 comeback special, is it Steve Binder? I listened to his interviews. Elvis didn't even want to go out onto the stage. He didn't even want to go out there. He was going to cancel the whole thing. The nerves would get to him, but then he would do it. And when he got on stage, he came alive. Came alive. Whoosh. I think this is probably quite common, isn't it, for many celebrities? You definitely. Hi, Ariane. That's a new name. Ariane, have you been on before? Welcome to our channel. Ariane Guillen. Elvis kept working to keep them out of debt. He did. I agree. He definitely did. 100%. Elvis felt a responsibility to all the people that relied on him and to the fans. Massively. Massively. He never put himself first. Elvis always put himself last. That is something I have learned about Elvis. Yes, and Patricia says, I pray it doesn't go to the cult or Joel if Joel passes away. As far as I know, Patricia, it can only the whole Scientology thing, because there's a clause, isn't there? I mean, I'd like to read this clause myself properly, and like maybe Amy Collett could get it for us. That if all of the Presley line dies, it can 40% of it can go to Scientology. But I won't say this is a definite. This is what I've read. Amy Collett, who was on Presley Mania doing the interview to do with Elvis's medical history, medical background, she may know this. She may know this because she is a researcher, a proper researcher. So she may know the clause with Scientology. So that'll be an interesting live stream. That. Let's keep looking. Okay, so we're coming to an end of things, guys. We've been on for an hour and a half. It's gone really quick. All right, Colleen must have gone. Colleen, if you watch this back later, have a great day. Carolyn, yeah. Come on, many of us did, didn't we? Many of us had hardship as children. I had a very, very tough childhood, not just with where I lived, but also the way my father was. So, but we rise above it. We rise above it like a peacock or a phoenix. So I won't let my childhood hold me back. No, no. And I was very lucky I had a twin. And me and my twin are like that. We are like that. We were there for each other all the way. Right. Right, let's have a look. Jane, same Louis. I'm still in council house, but I'm happy. Don't go without so good. Do you know what, Jane? I'll tell you what, Jane. I grew up in a very poor area. I went to a school that was very troubled and was surrounded by other people that were also very poor, living in council houses, especially through the 70s and 80s. And I tell you what, there was a code between us. You'll know this, Jane. We stuck together. We had each other's backs. We knew that we had no money. We knew that we lived in a small house and in a bad, rundown area. But, I mean, I didn't grow up in a house. I grew up in a room, yeah? But my point is, I've had quite a lot of success. I've met a lot of wealthy people. I've done business with a lot of wealthy people. And I will say this to you guys. The more genuine people were the people that had no money. The more genuine people that I met growing up, and as I got into business when I was 19 with my twin brother. The more genuine people were the people with no money. No money. I met many business people that did things that are shameful. Shameful. So, Jane, I relate to that comment completely. So me and my brother were very good-hearted, decent people. We've never done anything evil to anyone ever. We're twins. We've got each other's back, and we have never done a cruel thing in our life, even though we had success in business. Right. So I'm very proud of my twin brother. So let's have a look. Yeah. So Elaine, you went to the Dome one. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was brilliant. Similarly, I'm still in. Right, let's have a look. Good morning, everyone. So that's correct. Vernon was very worried. Let's have a look. Sorry, it jumps up sometimes, guys. It's just irritating when it does. Okay, right. Joe is no Scientologist. Is he married? Right. It's a good question. Do you know what, Diana? I have no idea if Joel is married. We'll look that up and we'll do something about that. We'll look into the life of Joel Weishankar, his history, his life, and how he is now. He does seem like a nice guy. He does seem like a nice guy. I'm not going to run him down. I will say this. His actions will speak volumes. I know that 2 of the guests, people are not completely happy with the guests that he invited to Elvis Week. Was it one of the Stanleys? Was it? You tell me, guys. A couple of the guests he had there, the fans are not happy with. The fans, you tell me, guys. So he does get things wrong. Right, so Vivek says that's correct. Vernon was very worried about losing everything. Priscilla even wrote that in her book. Grandma Minnie May felt the same way. You can't help it, guys. When you've come from poverty, it's always part of you. But I also see the benefits. Me growing up in a very poor home, I can see the good it did me. I can see the good. It taught me to appreciate everything. It taught me to appreciate life. It taught me to fight for myself, to get into business myself, to work hard, that no one was going to hold my hand and help me through life. I had to do it myself with my brother, my twin brother. So I actually think being poor did me a lot of good. The kids of today are different. They want everything done for them. They want everything done for them. They want you to hold their hand. You know, it's a different age. Now, I know not all kids are like that. You've got some good ones out there that are successful and independent, but generally, I find the teenagers of today quite rude, quite disrespectful, quite selfish, quite lazy. Now, please don't hate me for saying that. This is the problem I've found, and it's not just with my kids, with other people's kids as well. So that's just my views, guys. Things were different. My experience made me work harder. Yeah. Now my teenage children are spoiled rotten, which isn't good either. I agree, Carolyn. So true. I love my kids to bits, but the older ones are rude. They are rude and lazy and selfish. They treat their mother not very nice. So, but I can also say good things about them. You know, they're not all bad. My point is, it's different. So Patricia, we were also poor. We were growing up. We were farmers. Yeah. And do you know what? It's okay to be poor. It's okay to be poor. I think some of Elvis's happiest times that he ever had was being poor, being in Mississippi, in Tupelo. They moved around to a few different houses. They even went to Memphis for a while and then came back to Tupelo. I don't know if many of you know that. They actually moved to Memphis, missed Tupelo, and moved back to Tupelo because they missed friends. I think Elvis enjoyed being poor. I think he enjoyed it. It was exciting because he was ambitious and he had big dreams. Elvis was a very happy child, I think. And of course, he went through bad times. He went through poverty. But he also loved life. Elvis loved life, and we have proof of it. We've seen the interviews of people that knew Elvis when he was growing up in Tupelo and when he was the early years in Memphis, and he was happy. Guys, never think that because Elvis was poor that he was miserable and down on life. No way. Elvis loved life. He loved standing out, dressing different, doing his hair different. He loved the fact he knew he could sing. He loved his life. He loved his childhood. He loved it. He loved the black community. He liked the community that he met at Shake Rag. We all know about Shake Rag, yeah? Elvis was a happy, poor person. I would say as Elvis got more wealthy, once he went through his successful stage, you know, through the 60s and the 70s, I would say he gradually grew more unhappy. I would say the more money Elvis got, the less happy he was. How many of you agree with that? I know it's an extreme view, but this is how I feel. There is nothing wrong with being poor. Nothing. Other than you do struggle and you go without. Yeah? Which, you know, is tough. Yeah? But you get my point. Let's have a look. And I'll tell you now, when me and my brother got into business and we started having some success, we had a lot of problems. We had a lot of jealousy. We had a lot of hate aimed at us. So it wasn't all great. Yes, we could buy a house and nice cars and we could go on holidays, but we lost friends. We lost friends because we had money. So it isn't all good when you start having success, guys. People see you differently. I don't know how many of you are in business, But when you get in England, if you get into business, you get a lot of jealousy. You do. You get a lot of jealousy and hate through working hard. Because let's face it, to become successful in business, you work your ass off. You work your ass off. So if someone tells you, do you know what, you can be successful and get a nice house and a nice car, but you're going to lose half your friends, would you still do it? Great question. Would you still do it? Yes, Elvis was very natural, happy, spiritual person. Yes, Carolyn. I think Elvis was happier before he became famous. You look at Elvis in the mid-1950s, just as fame was coming, 53, 54, and he knew that success was coming. Yeah, 55. Yeah, that little period, he was so happy. He was so excited, loving life. And you watch the video footage of Elvis with June Junico on that fishing boat. I think it was 56. He'd had success. He was super famous. He may have even had made a film at that point. But I tell you what, that is the genuine Elvis. When you see him messing around on the boat with June Junico, hugging and kissing, and his mother, Gladys is there, Vernon is there, his mother's feeding him, and he's doing a bit of fishing. He's got his funny caps on with his friends. That's the essence of Elvis. Pre-fame Elvis. So he's got fame, but fame hasn't altered him. Fame hasn't changed who he is. So that Elvis, 55, 56, I love it. Love it. Love it. I wish he stayed that way. I'm good with that. I have my kids and grandchildren. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. I'm good with it. I have my kids, my grandchildren, and that's good enough. I love my granddaughters. Don't ever want me to leave. Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely. Family comes first, Pat. Family. Numero uno. And this is why I get so annoyed when my kids are not nice to me. Because you worship your kids, but they can be quite cruel, can't they? So it tends to happen when they get older. Not when... I always say from 11 onwards, 11 years old onwards, they change. I hear you and I feel you. I have 4 brothers and 2 sisters, and I am as you. Yeah, we're family. Patricia, we are family. We've become friends. We've got to know each other. We're Elvis defenders. We're Team Elvis. Anyone watching now that hasn't joined in, you're welcome to join us, guys. Team Elvis. We are here to defend Elvis. That is it. It says it all. Defending Elvis. That's all you need to know. And we have become a small growing family, and we are growing, and we want new people to join us, new members, new subscribers. Help us defend Elvis. Become part of Team Elvis. Team Elvis taking care of business, guys. Right, I'm going to wind this up in a minute. Hard work does pay, Elaine, but I will say this: it also caused problems and jealousy and some enemies. So it isn't all good. I think life was happier before computers and all these new technique stuff. Linda, hi Linda, morning to you. I would say phones. Phones was the problem. Phones changed people because everyone walks around like this. Hi, how you doing? What's happening today? Life changing. Then this is what I find with my kids. I spend all my time arguing with them because I want to get them off the phones. And then my wife will be trying to help them stay on the phones because that's what their friends do. So then you end up being the bad guy. Everyone hates you because you don't want your kids sitting on their phones all day. So it's blooming annoying, mate. But hard work does pay, 100%. Not everyone was better in the past. I love progress, but as society, we have taken some steps backwards. Yes, I agree, Diana. I agree. I totally agree. Natividad, I love that Elvis was respectful individuals. He was respectful to his parents, and God bless them. Too right. Natividad, yes, ma'am, yes, sir. That's Elvis. Yes, ma'am, yes, sir. Always well-mannered. Always there to sign autographs. Always had time for his fans and family and friends. Elvis was nice to everyone. And I actually learned a lot of my manners from Elvis. Just watching Elvis taught me a lot of my manners. Me and my brother are very well-mannered people. Obviously, when you run businesses, we had bars, restaurants, you have to be polite because the customers, you want your customers to come back. So for me and my brother, I would say the key ingredient to having a successful business was being polite. I say it to my kids. You want to do well in business, be polite, be friendly. That is the key to any business. Being polite and friendly. Some people don't understand that. Once the novelty of having lots of money wears off, it means nothing. That's why he gave a lot of his wealth away and it meant nothing. I agree, Elaine. I agree. And me and my brother went through a stage of having a lot of money. And I tell you what, I didn't really enjoy it. Didn't like it. We're not so wealthy now. We've come more down to earth now. But I agree. It got boring. I was a DJ for 26 years. I got bored of it. I got bored of the attention you get when you're a DJ. Which is why I settled down late in life. I didn't settle down until I was 37, yeah? And I started having kids as soon as I settled down. I settled down late in life because of business and because of being a DJ. And I got bored of the girls, the money, the fun lifestyle. I got bored of it. Got bored of it, guys. And many people don't understand. Many people say, oh, how could you give up, the businesses and give up the DJ and give up all the different girlfriends I had? I just didn't want to do it. I wanted to be in love. I wanted to have kids. I wanted a family. I wanted to buy a home. So for me, it was a no-brainer. It was easy for me to settle down. But I did it late in life, which is why I'm 57 and I've got a large family. Because I settled down late in life, I'm an old dad with young kids, which is a bit unusual. Guys. Right, they have more opportunities today and see exploiters from a different perspective. If only I could turn back time. Yes, so true. Envy and jealousy is destructive. Well, I've had a lot of that in my life, unfortunately, and Elvis is getting it every day. Elvis is getting it every day, even now. One of the novices having money, but yes. So I'd love to go, Lou. It's all a dream. Even going to Grayson is out of my reach. Who knows? Cherie, who knows? Who knows? You never know. Having millions of money causes trouble. Linda, it sure does. It sure does. My kids say to me, Dad, why don't you go back into business and make more money? And I say to them, I don't want it. I don't want it. I'm not giving up my life with my family and my kids to go and work my ass off so that I got more money. No thanks. Doesn't interest me at all. I'm a retired landlord. This is what my job is now. Retired landlord. But yes, that entails some work. I do have to go to the properties and maintain them. Yeah, with my twin brother. Right. Elvis had a beautiful heart and a beautiful soul. Teresa, he sure did. He sure. Teresa, we know how much you love Elvis. I admire the love you have for Elvis. And he admires it as well, Teresa. Well done. You have a beautiful family. I do, Elaine, I do. But I tell you what, my teenager daughter, who's just about to turn 18, I have issues. I worship her. But she's a strong-minded girl. And she's just about to turn 18 in September. And she doesn't not want to be told anything by me. Anything. So we have our struggles. Now, the smaller kids are different. The smaller kids worship you. To the smaller kids, you're like God. That's a different story. But thank you, Elaine. Thank you. Elaine, once you've done things over and over, it got to get boring. No challenges to strive when you've had it all and done it all. I agree. Linda, that is so true. That is so true. Wish the clock could turn back. I wish. Yeah, do you know what? I miss the 70s and 80s, but I love being a dad. I love having a family. I love being married. So Thank you for defending Elvis and his family and accepting Mr. Bob Joyce for his the Christian man. Teresa, I'm going to have to say the prayer to you again. I have to do it because I love it. I love the prayer that he sent me. It's only short. I love it. Love it. I'm so glad that he reached out the way that he did as well. He didn't have to. Right, are we ready, guys? From Bob Joyce. And I do believe this is Bob Joyce. If you look, I am a Christian. I am a Christian. Right. He says, as I prayed this night, I bless you in the name of the Lord. May the Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. I declare that no weapon formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue that rises against you in judgment you shall condemn. May the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, guard your heart and mind in Christ Jesus. Amen. Whew. He sent me that, guys. Love it. I absolutely love it. Love it. Hope you didn't mind me reading that. Right. So you don't look old enough to have an age limit. I'm 57 years old. I'm 57. I was born in 1967. Let's have a look. Teresa, you are a great, wonderful Elvis. Oh, thanks. Yeah, all you guys. Teresa is so great. We love Teresa's comments. We love them. Teresa, we love you. We love you. You are 100% loyal. The best Elvis fan. It's a lovely prayer from Bob Joyce. It sure is. It sure is. I wonder if he'll send me another one. Bob Joyce, if you're watching, send me another prayer, my friend. I love reading your prayers. That's lovely. Hey, Cherie, didn't know you were here. Are you okay? So let's have a look. Thank you. Nothing but love for Teresa. Yeah, come on, Diane. Right, Diana, we are going to try and go into the Bob Silliman stuff a bit more one day. And we are going to go into the Scientology thing. I do want to carry on part 2 of our Scientology video that we started a few days ago. So I know that you're interested in these subjects. So, right, I'm going to have to go. Yeah, Elaine, come on. I don't for a second believe the things that are said about Bob Joyce being Elvis. Come on. I think even he has admitted to fans that it's not true. He seems like he's a great person with a good heart. He's got a lovely singing voice. So come on, it's just silly stuff in it. But yeah, I so wish I could go to Bob's church. Yeah, Teresa. Yeah, me too. I'd love to watch him. Okay, we're out of here. We've had nearly 2 hours. 2 hours. I don't even know what to call this live stream. We've covered so many different topics. I'm going to go out and try and fix my wife's car. So thanks, everyone. Thanks. There's 27 of you watching at the moment. We've had a brilliant couple of hours. It's made by morning. I've enjoyed drinking my coffee with you guys. Yeah. So thanks, guys. All of you. Seriously. Sending all of you love. All of you lots of love. I'll probably have a couple of hours off. I'll do some exercise, go for a run, take the dogs for a walk, and then I'll come back on. Thanks, Patricia. Thanks, Elaine and Linda and Jane and Lorna and Teresa and Diane. Let's just make sure I haven't missed anyone out. Any of the new people, like there's another Teresa. We've got 2 Teresas. We've got Linda, Carolyn, Cherie. If any of you are not on my messenger, Facebook me and I'll add you. If any of you are watching this later, because I know a lot of you are just waking up in America, good morning to you, wherever you are in the world. America, Canada, Australia, morning, and send me a message on Facebook Messenger, and I'll add you to the group so we can all carry on chatting as well, guys. So this new group that we've set up, please message. Let's all come together and chat on that group. It's a great chat channel to just chat on. I'll keep it connected so that we can always talk on it. Thanks, guys. I hope I've said goodbye to everyone. Oh, thank you, Elaine. Yeah, he sure did. Brilliant. Brilliant. I'm sending you all love. I send you love. Whoosh. Love to you. Whoosh. Lots of love to you. Have a great day, guys.